So do you guys want to go through the points? Do you want to like
Yep.
try a sample session?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I would love it if you
Absolutely.
could walk us through how someone brand new like me,
Okay.
a simple step by step we could
Oh,
try.
I'd love to. Okay. So we mentioned picking a topic.
Yes.
That's the place that you want to start. And it is always beneficial to try and narrow it down as much as possible. Um, I'm going to pick anxiety just for because that's something that most people struggle with. And it's just easier. And it's a really big umbrella. We could, and so the tapping that we do today would be like if you're in the middle of your day and you just need a band-aid to put it over yourself so that you can get through the rest of your day without gushing anxiety blood all over the place. This isn't going to stop you from having anxiety, but it is going to enable you to move through the moment and get to a more effective and efficient version of yourself.
Okay.
Okay.
Very cool.
So I'm going to ask you ladies for a rating, 0 to 10. Where would you say your anxiety level is at this moment? And you can kind of close your eyes and kind of sink down into your body and see where you feel it. And just intuitively say where you are,
Yeah.
0 to
Okay.
10. Let's
With
go
anxiety.
through the tapping points then so you guys know exactly where to tap. The first one is down from our pinky finger. This is called the karate chop point. So I like to tap those two spots together. And this is where we say an even though statement or a setup phrase, something like, even though I have this really intense anxiety, I love and honor all my thoughts and feelings about it anyway. And so we say that 3 times, and then we're going to go to what's called repeater phrases, and I'll go through all of the points so that when we do our actual round, it'll be easy for you guys to know where I'm tapping. I like to say different phrases,
Okay.
but if it's something intense like anxiety and you don't know what to say, I wouldn't let that stop you. And you can just say, all this anxiety, it's overwhelming, all this anxiety. You can, you don't need to be a poet in order to make this happen. Just say what you need
Okay.
to say. I think it's more helpful if you honor and acknowledge as many aspects of it as you can. So, first spot is right here at the beginning of your eyebrow points. I like to tap with 2 fingers just to make sure that I am covering the actual spot. And I'm tapping hard enough so that I feel it, not so hard that it's going to give me a headache. Lorraine, you need to be more towards your nose, right at the beginning of your eyebrow. There you go. Side of your eye, right at your temple. That's the next spot. And then under your eye, right on top of your cheekbones, under your nose, under your mouth. The next spot is called the collarbone point. So find the beginning of your collarbones. You're going to go down about an inch. There's a little valley in between your ribs and your collarbones on either side of your sternum. And you're going to tap in that little valley right there. And then the next one is underneath your arms. So for women, that's right where your bra strap is.
Okay.
I'm in the wrong spot right there. You can do it on one side or the other. It doesn't really matter, whatever's easiest for you. And the next spot is underneath your breast, like right on your ribs. So it's like right underneath your underwire of your bra, right in that spot. And then there are 3 acupressure points, one on the outside of the wrist, the middle, and the outside. So when I'm tapping my wrists together, I'm turning them like that. My coach likes to tap like this, so she's getting it with all of her fingers that way. So whatever is easiest for you. I like to
Yeah,
do
I
that.
like that too.
It feels better, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. I
And
like that.
the last one is up on top of your head. Okay. So when we're doing the repeater phrases, I'm just going to say a phrase. I'm going to say something, and you guys are going to repeat after me. And then we move to the next spot. And you want to do it out loud because that releasing those words from your body is surprisingly cathartic. That's probably the biggest comment I get from my clients is, wow, that felt so good to actually say those words out loud instead
Wow.
of just having them spinning in their head all the time. Okay.
Perfect.
So we're working on anxiety. So let's start on your karate chop point. You guys are just going to repeat after me. Even though I'm having all this anxiety in my body right now, for whatever reason or for a million reasons, I love and honor all my thoughts and feelings about this. Even though I'm experiencing a lot of anxiety in my body right now, I maybe my heart is racing. Maybe there's a part of me that just doesn't feel safe. And it feels scary to engage with those feelings. And I love and honor all parts of who I am anyway, even though I'm experiencing a lot of anxiety right now. And this is a pretty normal state for me. I always feel like I'm under pressure. I always feel like I need to prove myself or do more. And it fills me with anxiety. And I love and honor myself anyway. And I honor my courage in tackling this issue. All this anxiety in my body. I don't know what triggered me. Maybe it's just my everyday life. I'm always so busy. There's always so many things on my to-do list. And it's really hard to do all of these things. It feels overwhelming a lot of the time. And there's a part of me that feels like I can't slow down, that it's not safe for me to slow down. It's not safe for me to let off the gas. There's too many things at stake for me to do anything like relaxing right now. And I just want to honor that at the deepest level. I was never encouraged to find a lot of balance in my life. And even though I teach my clients about how to find health in a lot of different areas of their lives, I am not a great example of having balance. I care for a lot of others, and I'm usually last on the list if I'm there at all, which gives me a lot of anxiety because I'm not prioritizing my own health. It's hard to let go of this idea that I have to do all these things. There's something about balance that feels really unsafe. Maybe I'm worried about people judging me. Maybe they only know this one side of me, and they have a lot of expectations about me showing up that way. Maybe I have a lot of expectations about what I'm supposed to do. And it's really hard to step outside of that comfort zone. It's really hard to do things differently. It's hard to give myself a break. It's hard to say no. And it's really hard to take care of myself. So it's no wonder I'm anxious. No wonder that's my normal state. And I just want to honor that at the deepest level. It's hard being a woman. It seems like the list never ends. And I deeply honor how scary it feels to question my role that I've always had and be willing to do things differently. Maybe it's okay to feel safe and calm in my body right now. Maybe in this moment, there actually is no threat around me. Maybe I can sink into the idea that I am safe in this moment, that my body is safe, my reputation is safe. I can honor all the parts of who I am, especially the part that works so hard. And I can give myself some space to do things a little differently today. Maybe pat myself on the back. Maybe give myself a nice hug. And remember that I am doing my best at all times, all parts of who I am. Nice deep breath.